Hello.
Okay, cool. So, brother, what's up?
What's up? So, anyone this is going out to and listening to this is essentially just myself and Sean. I'm from Dublin, he's from the Ukraine, and essentially we just talk about UFC and the fight game a lot. So we thought we might as well put this out there. Um, this is not hugely. This is more of a thing that we'd always would talk about these things. So just thought might as well put it up on, or we're putting it up on the medium of YouTube. So. Yeah, that's kind of what we're
Facts.
doing.
We already talk about it pretty much like every day anyway, so we might as well record it. Like a little time capsule thing, as well as for other people. If they want to talk about it, talk about it with us. That's cool.
Yeah, exactly. Like I wouldn't say we're quite casuals, to be honest. I've had my experiences in the mixed martial arts, and so has Milan, in just the fight game in general. So it wouldn't be calling us casuals wouldn't be fair, but I wouldn't. We're both 18, so it wouldn't exactly be Joe Rogan or anything like that. But some interesting insights I think we bring to the table. So we'll just be talking about today. Basically, we're gonna start off with the featherweight division and what we've seen so far. Um, so I just like to basically go into Volkanovski Ortega. What do you think about that, Mio?
Big fight, big fight. But the thing is, yeah, I don't know. People are forgetting Brian Ortega, yeah, got pieced out by Max the fight before he fought the Korean zombie. That's the thing. And now he's going straight from that piecing out to a great performance back to a championship fight.
You know, I
I think
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know. It's weird.
No, I see what you're saying. Like, I think he bounced to the title too quickly for my books anyway. He beat the Korean Zombie, who is an absolute animal, to be honest. I actually can't wait to see who he fights next. Um,
That's true.
but um, I just think that while Max Holloway did completely destroy Brian Ortega, that Brian Ortega showed that he did like he showed he fixed the holes in his game against the Korean Zombie. It was a great performance, great fight to watch.
That's true.
But the thing Brian Ortega has shown, I think, is he's got a great chin. I think,
Mm,
um, and that was something he showed against Max Holloway. But the thing with Brian, I think, is he's very powerful. He's got power in those hands, you know, and
yeah.
if he can
But
land,
so does
you know,
Alexander, man.
Alexander's got power, but he never landed on Max. Neither of them did. Like they never like put Max in a situation where he was, worried.
Bro, you all you have to look at is Max's fucking fight with Calvin Qatar and then tell me that, bro. Of course he's not gonna get landed on, man. The guy's an elite ass fucking boxer.
Yeah, like the output from Max is just insane. And he wants to fight. Like he doesn't. If you're going out there to box Max, he'll box with you. If you're going out there to kick his legs off, well, he'll kick your legs right back. And that's what Volkanovski tries to do. He tries to kick the legs off of Max, and it doesn't seem to really work. He outpoints him, but I don't think he did in the second fight.
Mm,
Like Volkanovski, the one thing I'll say that he had an issue with that Brian didn't have was he showed glimpses of where he was weak. That chin,
mm,
he went down. He went down. He got knocked down by Max. And if Max had a, slightly elevated wrestling game, or maybe a bit more power, he would have been able to get the ground and pound.
mm.
Whereas
That's
Brian
facts.
Ortega will have that on the ground, and he'll have that power in his hands. You know?
Yeah. 100%. But the thing is, like, is he gonna be able to keep up with Alexander Volkanovski? That's the real question.
I think he
Because
can. I
yeah,
think he's got the gas tank. He's got the power. He's got the willpower to do it. I've always been a big Brian Ortega fan, to be honest. I was really upset when he cut the hair. When he cut the hair, when he cut that hair, it was really weird. No, but man, it's just
I
weird.
s-
It's just weird to me that like the only thing I ever think is it's weird that he's been given the opportunity so soon after like the way he got destroyed by Max. But I actually think Brian Ortega will take this fight, and that's just my opinion. I don't. Volkanovski's a great fighter, don't get me wrong, but I just think that he's literally like, how tall is this guy? 5'6", and I think Brian Ortega will just
I don't
be.
know. He
I think
he was
he'll.
fucking fat before, man.
I think.
It wasn't he like 200 plus pounds?
Yeah, no, I saw that on Joe Rogan. To be honest, he was. He was. What's it? He was like a 90 kilo. His first fight was at middleweight, wasn't it?
Yeah, he used to play at like rugby at like heavyweight or something. Not even like heavyweight, man.
Yeah.
200 plus pounds. And then he dropped down to middleweight. And now he's fucking featherweight champ. He's 66 kilos now.
Yeah, 145. But like the featherweight division doesn't get enough recognition, and I think that Brian, I think Brian can definitely take the belt, but I think if Brian takes the belt off Ortega, so not Brian Ortega, if he takes the belt off Alexander Volkanovski, that
Max is gonna come back
but
like a fucking rabid dog and
but
he's gonna get that belt back off him.
but the thing is, Max wouldn't be able to, like because Volkanovski would want that rematch, and
Yeah.
I think Brian Ortega winning delays the inevitable Max Holloway title shot.
No, because it depends if Alexander Volkanovski goes the distance again and it's like the same type of situation as his fights with Max, then yeah, definitely rematch. But like if Brian Ortega finishes this guy, then I think that like you just have to move on because in my opinion, the featherweight division has so much potential and like so much promise, but it's just so slow. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't. I think the Max was like what everyone liked about Max was he was not only was he like the best featherweight of all time. I think he was also like he was regularly defending.
Yeah,
He was always defending the championship, and he was always going, going, going. He always had a fight coming up. Like Max Holloway is that kind of fighter. Um, he'll
and
oh
he's very like
yeah,
fun to watch as well.
yeah, exactly. He's really fun to watch, Max Holloway. I can't wait. I actually can't wait till his next fight. I hope he fights soon, but I presume he'll wait because I think Max, realistically, give him anyone in the top five. Anyone. Give him Yari. Actually, is Yari fighting soon? I'll have a look at that. I'm not sure.
I'll check that out as
Yeah,
well because I have the rankings up right now.
pull that up. Is Yari Rodriguez fighting?
Yair Rodriguez. Nah, I don't think he is. His last win was against Jeremy Stevens.
Who is that guy, man? He hasn't fought since 2019, and he did.
No, 2020 though. Oh no, he was scheduled. Yeah. 2019. Sorry, he was scheduled to fight Sabine in 2020.
Yeah, that's
Man, this Zabit kid.
yeah. I was gonna go there. Go on, go on.
This Zabit kid, yeah, is just taking the piss at this fight. He teased us all with his like being so like all the promise, yeah, all these fucking flashy kicks and all, yeah, showing us this fucking Dagestani, fucking Dagestani Bruce Lee, and then he fucking dips. Like, bro, where are you, man?
We
You're
what?
number 3, and you haven't even fought yet.
Zabit, Yari. I even think Chan Sung Young versus Max Holloway would be a great fight. Any of those guys. I don't think
I want Zabit. I want Zabit.
I don't think you can give Max anyone else of the top five. Like you couldn't go
Mm.
down to number. You know what? Someone actually two guys on this list. If you look down, number 13 and number 14, Bryce Mitchell and then Ryan Hall.
Ooh,
Those are two guys.
ooh,
Those are two guys I want to see fight. To be honest,
great fight for Bryce because it puts him up against a decent name. The
but I
thing is
don't.
with
I don't.
Bryce, he wants to.
It's not a nice matchup though. I don't think, to be honest.
Yeah, but like
Styles make
Bryce Mitchell
fights,
needs to kind of. That's facts, and he needs to show that he is very. He's a good striker as well because we all know he's a fucking elite grappler, man, and needs to show that he has he has diversified his arsenal. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He needs to show that off a bit.
Um, no, I agree with you, and he's got the camo shorts now. Um,
Oh man,
But
that's such a baller move, man. You're number 13 in the featherweight division. You go, Dana, give me camo shorts, and he gives them to you. That's a baller move.
like I just Bryce Hall. There's something about him. There's something about that guy. Like, I think he'll definitely be breaking top 10 this year.
Oh, for sure.
I think if he gets the right matchups, he's gonna break top 10 100%. Um, but
Man,
the other man I was talking about there though, just below him in the rankings, Ryan Hall has not fought since 2019.
for
Remember,
for real.
do you remember we actually watched that in my living room, Milan. Do you remember that one? Ryan Hall, did he in the mark? Was it? Sorry, I can't say it. Imanari role, isn't it? Did he? I'm sorry, he Imanari rolled BJ Penn, wasn't it? He got like a heel hook or something. He got the, it was the knee.
A heel hook.
It,
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
it was
yeah.
the
A heel
knee. It
hook.
was the knee. He locked up his knee and he like dislocated it.
No, it was a heel hook. I'm looking at it now. It's a heel hook.
Ah,
First round, Imanari roll into a fucking heel hook.
oh, it was a heel hook. I
Yeah,
always
yeah,
thought it
yeah.
was his knee. But Ryan Hall is a very good fighter. I mean,
Man, one
the
thing that
featherweight
I have to
division.
say about
Yeah, sorry, go on. Sorry, honest.
yeah, yeah, you go on first. You go on first. You go on first.
I was just gonna say the featherweight division is just so exciting, and like there's a man number 15, Edson Barboza. You can't. I don't think he'll ever be the champion. He'll never be up there, but he's always gonna be that top 15 because he's a great fighter. He's always interesting to watch. Like he'll always be there.
That's facts.
But like
That's true.
the most confusing name in the featherweight rankings for me is number 8, Jeremy Stevens. Like what? I just don't
Yeah, the
get
real question is, why isn't he up higher? That's the real question. He
Jeremy
is
Stevens. When
when
he hits people, they don't move, man. But it doesn't make
I
sense
love this
because
guy.
Jeremy Stevens lost to Calvin Kattar, Yair Rodriguez. Uh, oh, you know what? I'm actually just seeing this now. His first fight with Yair Rodriguez was a no contest. That's weird.
Yeah, there was an eye poke.
He
There was
fought.
an eye poke. It was so bullshit.
What the hell? Who has Jeremy Stevens not fought? Actually, you know what? He's fought Calvin Kattar, and then he lost. Obviously, we saw that brutal knockout. He actually did well in that fight, but he fought Rodriguez, lost the decision. He fought Zabit Magomed Sharipov, and he lost on decision, unanimous decision as well. He lost round 1 by knockout to Jose Aldo. So 1, 2, 3. He's coming on a 4 fight skid right now. And the last person he beat was Josh Emmett, believe his name is. It was,
One ranking above him.
yeah, so I just, it doesn't make sense to me how Jeremy Stevens is still so high up. I suppose it comes down to, he's got that mentality of, the good, like, the older fighters that I'll fight anyone, anytime, anywhere, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But,
Man, one more thing I want to say about this Bryce Mitchell kid, yeah? One more thing I want to say about this
Bryce
absolute
Mitchell,
legend.
yeah.
How has he fucking... Oh, no, never mind. Never mind. I got my dates confused a little bit. His twister, he hit it in 2019. I was going to say,
2
how
twisters,
has
right?
he not won the... No, his last fight, he attempted like fucking 12.
Did he not hit 2 twisters?
He might have, but
Fairly certain he has.
I don't think like he has like hit one, like tapped the guy out, but like I think he's had it in before or like very close. I think we watched it together, but he hasn't like finished the second one. But I was gonna say, man, how does that go unnoticed? I was gonna say if that was in 2020, how did that go unnoticed as the submission of the year and Khabib wins because of his
Nah, to
fucking
be fair to Khabib, now
submission
to be
against
fair to
Gaethje?
Khabib, let's take a step back and realize that was probably an I would like. I'm not a big jiu-jitsu guy, but I can appreciate jiu-jitsu. I've trained in it, and I understand like passing guard and everything, similar wrestling.
Yeah,
But the thing with Khabib, like, and this is something everyone has been saying, that was literally he didn't do that to like he didn't do that to like Max Holloway, who like is not the best in the round. He did that to
Mm.
Justin Gaethje, like, all.
Man.
I'm not quite sure. I'm not sure. I'm sure, but I was gonna say All American wrestler. I'm not quite sure if he is an All American wrestler, but he's a good wrestler.
Oh, very good. Very, very good.
He's a very good wrestler. And to me, it's so surprising to me that he could, because he treated this guy like a little boy, you know? Do you remember when we watched that and like
Yeah.
we were watching that and we were like writing down, we're like, you know what? Just in case this guy's got longevity, let's score it as we go
Oh
along.
man.
That's what we were like.
Stop.
We were like scoring it
Stop.
and we had written it down. And I went 10-9 Khabib, to be honest, round one. He put all the pressure,
Yeah.
it landed. And then one of the judges gave it a 10-9. But like, you talked through that because it was just ridiculous. Oh, it was just ridiculous. Like the passing and everything.
And the fact that he even says himself, first of all, he fucked up his toe. Yeah, like it was already fucked up prior to the fight. He fucked it up in that training camp. So he thought to himself, I have to finish this quick, man, yeah? So not only that, he chose to finish it quickly, yeah? He also chose to not go into the armbar because he knew that he wouldn't tap and he didn't want to embarrass him and fucking break his arm. So he went to a triangle choke instead.
Like that, if that's not like the thing, that's what I love about Khabib. He's a thoughtful guy, you know? He's a thoughtful, nice guy. But you and me were actually, we were talking the other day, Milan, um, and we did say that something that you said anyway that I noticed, um, you like kind of losing a bit of respect for him at the moment.
Listen, man, I don't like how he's holding up the division. Listen, okay?
But
I know he's a
sorry
big
if I
name.
could interrupt you a little bit there, but just I
Okay, go for it.
I think Dana's doing that as well because it's on Instagram and stuff. I
Oh,
was
it's
seeing
Dana,
it's both of
100%,
them.
man.
Like they're both like Dana is gonna say he's not holding up the division, but Khabib he will just retire now, and like it's just a bit.
No,
It's
listen, to everyone listening, yeah? I have gone back a little bit of respect because today I was obviously just browsing Instagram, yeah, looking up what's up in the MMA world, and I saw how Khabib he is gonna have meetings with Dana White, and I was looking at the comments and I saw how people were saying like that's bullshit. He literally says that he wants Dustin Poirier to be champ right now. I'm
yeah,
just thinking,
no,
I'm just kind
yeah.
of thinking, this is Dana White 100% telling him, keep this, just wait for like the Connor fight or something, man.
That's what he wants. He wants ultimately
Yeah.
that's what the UFC wants, and you know I don't have the word for word quote right now, but I saw Dana White, and vaguely he said, we'll get him the fight. There'll be the guy. He'll get him the fight." So
Mm.
for MMA purists and people out there, what we'll think is, oh, so Charles Oliveira will fight Dustin Poirier, and the winner of that, let's say Charles wins against Dustin, then Charles puts on a good display on the feet on the ground, and we say, you know what, Charles Oliveira, an excellent fighter, give him Khabib and Khabib would come back. Khabib wouldn't come back for Charles Oliveira because it doesn't, just blatantly he wouldn't. Because it doesn't make sense for him to come back.
Facts.
Because Khabib would get, I think for the Gaethje fight, was it like 10 million to show?
Mm.
Something like 10 million to show. And like, Khabib got 10 million to show. It didn't sell that many buys, the pay-per-view. But like,
Oh, you don't underestimate the Russians, man.
no,
So
but
many
it's
Russians
not,
watched that
it's
fight.
not top 10 though. It's not like a 1.6 million.
Oh,
The
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
thing that
yeah.
Connor does. Like Khabib's not selling those numbers by himself. He'll sell a lot of numbers.
True.
If that's what Dana was saying, but if Connor beat Dustin, we wouldn't be having this conversation. But
Very
because
true.
I think that Khabib, the only fight Khabib will take is Connor coming off one or two wins.
Oh, 100%.
Impressive one,
Ve-
two consistent wins. Because then you can market that fight that Connor's on a hot streak. He's going ex lightweight champion. He's Conor McGregor. You could sell that fight, but like
Man,
you
you know,
you know it's sorry. I'll just finish off there, but Conor could sell that fight now.
Very
You could
true.
sell that Conor fight coming off a loss, but Khabib wouldn't be in it. I don't think he wouldn't do it
Mm.
unless it made sense. Because when Conor comes off wins and Conor's on a hot streak, then more people will be watching Conor by himself than Conor versus Khabib. And no more Mr. Nice Guy as we saw. So
You know what I think would be kind of cool and like good for marketability for the UFC right now. So obviously, we saw what Bellator did, announcing that cheeky light heavyweight tournament, and it got people talking as well because Yoel Romero is in there, and like people want to see him fight, and we see the tournament and we see the layout. It's a nice layout. And I reckon what we do with that is you kind of bring that over to the UFC. We do a lightweight tournament, and basically, what I think is kind of cool for Khabib. So basically, it depends on who is like the finalist of the tournament. Whoever, so let's say Connor fucking goes back, gets the Eye of the Tiger back, and wins that. Then he fights Khabib for the lightweight championship. But I think if it's somebody that like Khabib won't come back for, I reckon Khabib should just drop the belt and basically give it away. Because if McGregor really wants to go on the title run, he could win those two fights, win the tournament, prove himself, and then set up a great fight.
you
But if he
know,
like
Milan,
loses
something I
first round,
actually
it's over.
sorry, I sort of cut across you there, but
Go for it, man.
um, I'm gonna just type this in now. Get the guy's name. Bellator. There it is. Sorry. Um, the thing I noticed about it, and it actually really interested me a lot. So, here it is now. Sorry, I just need to pull that up. Where is it now? Here it is.
Excuse me.
So, um, something I didn't realize is that they're not all like they're not the in the first round. It is. I remember this fight happened. So Ryan Bader obviously has just come off and lost the title,
Mm.
and is it Vladin? Yeah. Um, oh, sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, but Nemkov is the champ,
Mm-hmm.
and he's fighting Phil Davis, and Phil Davis Nemkov, winner of that, is the champion, obviously.
Yeah.
But that's just it's interesting that like because what we were saying there is we want the lightweight tournament to fight Khabib.
Mm-hmm.
It's not to have the belt. It's to have the opportunity to fight the belt. So you're fighting two
Mm-hmm.
times this year, and like if you think about it, if you're in a title picture, like realistically, Khabib last 2 years fought twice.
Yeah.
Like Khabib is, and that's if you're in the if you have to you're the champ or the title picture. McGregor last year fought once, and he's McGregor or whatever. But Dustin
Mm-hmm.
Poirier fought once or twice last year. He didn't fight three times. Like, it wouldn't happen as quickly as Bellator has set up because Bellator has their tournaments that happen in April, then July, and then
Yeah.
October. That's
Mm.
all hoping that, like, let's say Romero versus Johnson, which if someone doesn't get knocked out in that fight, these guys have both got
Oh.
granite shins. If someone doesn't get knocked out, this is the first thing I'm be on. You and me were saying this. This is the first show of Bellator that we're watching. We're watching April
Oh.
16th. I'm tuning in.
Facts, man.
April 9th as well.
Facts.
Ryan Bader, Lyoto Machida, Corey Anderson fighting. I cannot pronounce that guy's name, but I'll be interested to see it. I'll be interested to see it.
Save for me, man. 100%. Listen, that Bellator is doing some good shit with their
They're
light
heating up.
heavyweight,
They're
man.
heating up. Yeah,
It's heating up 100%, man.
it's very interesting.
Definitely is, man.
Uh, Nemkov, he fought Ryan Bader to avenge Fedor,
Mm.
and he did it. And there was never a rematch for that, which I found quite weird to be honest. I thought,
But wait a minute.
but
Which fader was it? How recent?
um, his oh, it's actually recent enough. You know what? I look up Ryan Bader on Ryan Bader's fights and stuff. But
Because I don't wanna
okay, yeah.
discredit Ryan Bader, yeah. But this Fedor, yeah, this Fedor Emelianenko guy
The,
is literally just around for the paycheck at this point.
I mean, let's be real. Would you not? If you have a name like
He is
Fedor
still,
Emelianenko,
you
you
know, he's a
fight.
great name.
Is actually
He is a
is
legend in the sport. He's one of the OG goats. Yeah.
Yeah. He fought him to Bellator 214, which is in 2019.
Mm,
Uh, actually, yeah, I remember seeing the clip when it was Fedor, sorry, Nemkov versus Bader. That head kick
mm.
was disgusting. Um, Chiek Congo, he was a no contest. Who was that? I'm gonna have a look at this guy. Oh, that guy. What? The guy he fought before him. Um, that is weird. Uh, you look at that. The guy he fought before him, Chiek Congo, French, 45-year-old.
Is he the guy that looks like a fucking bodybuilder?
He's just massive. But yeah, the light
Is he in
heavyweight
one? Is he
division.
in one?
No, he's in Bellator.
Wait, let me look at who you're talking about.
Yeah, but like um, it's a very interesting tournament. Um,
Mm,
Ryan Bader, I I see him like just like he was never appreciated at UFC for like how good he was at UFC. Um,
mm,
obviously he didn't hit the heights he didn't hit the heights he hit at Bellator. Let's be like realistically.
yeah.
But he went on like in UFC he was on a two fight he was on a 2 fight win streak. He lost to Anthony Rumble by KO in the first round, by the way. But before that, like he has won one, two, three, four, five in a row. He also lost to Glover Teixeira. Okay, that's actually really interesting. In the first round by knockout.
Mm.
Okay. That's actually sorry, I'm just getting a big side now about this. He's already fought Lyoto Machida, but he fought him in the UFC.
And
And do you know the result of that?
he got starched in the second
He
round.
got starched. He got starched. He fought John Jones. Ryan Bader fought John Jones.
And
What?
I think you're forgetting he fought the GOAT right after John Jones. Do you
Ryan
see the
Bader
name?
is actually
Tell me the name.
he's a much Tito Ortiz. Just stop. But yeah, no, it's actually sorry. This Bellator
He lost to
tournament
Tito
is really
Ortiz. It's
interesting if
over.
you look
He
into it.
cannot be considered as the GOAT.
Anyone?
Tito Ortiz strips people of their
No,
GOAT status, man.
he does. And if by any chance anybody is listening to this, yeah, check that tournament out 100%. We're definitely going to be watching it live when
Yeah,
it's
we might
happening,
even
and
make a live show out of it, man.
yeah, we'll be talking live through
What?
it probably. You know what? Actually, hold on. Do you see this month though? Light heavyweight situation. Jan Blachowicz, Jan Blachowicz. I think that's
Oh,
how Blachowicz. That's how you say it. Blachowicz,
oh, listen.
the reigning, defending light heavyweight 205 versus Israel. How do you see it going, Milan?
Man,
Give me a
listen.
prediction. Give me a breakdown and give me a little prediction.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this, yeah. I have Adesanya winning this fight, okay? Whether it's a finish or a decision, I don't care. He's gonna win the fight. But the thing is, he ain't gonna get touched, man. Listen, you could talk about this Polish power, yeah, and I could see it, okay? I could see it the way he fucking won his last fight was disgusting. But man, I don't think he's gonna be able to touch Israel Adesanya like that. You know what I mean? Especially since he's coming up from a lighter weight. He might be a little bit lighter than Jan. You know, he might be a little bit more agile, and especially his extensive history in just like striking. Do you know what I mean? In kickboxing and MMA, he ain't getting touched, man. And I think he's gonna win the fight. I think he's gonna win the fight, decision or a finish, I don't really like. I don't really care. I just know he's gonna finish. He's gonna win, and he's gonna become double champ.
You know, to play devil's advocate, even though I do think Israel is gonna win, you can't discount the Polish power. Like you really can't. Like
100%.
because Israel has been knocked out before when he gets caught. When he
Yeah.
gets caught, and the chances, the likelihood, I think, of him getting caught are very slim. But I think if someone can catch him, because the thing with Jan was he saw, and like he's actually a very intelligent fighter. This is something that like I remember
Mm.
seeing I think it was a post fight or just an interview of Jan's, when he fought Luke Rockhold, another person by the way who came from 185,
Hmm.
he sort of talked about it a little bit. And he said that he saw in the Bisping fight that that left hook was there. So I think that Jan will definitely come into this fight equipped and prepared. I think he will hit Izzy, and Izzy's gonna feel it. But I don't know if he'll hit him clean enough, often enough to really put any worry in Israel. Um, I think if Jan though can go in there and bully him the way he did Dominic Reyes, maybe he can put it on him a bit, just get some another one of those disgusting body kicks, you know?
Oh man, stop, man. The way he treated Dominic, man. Listen, I wanted Dominic Reyes to win so much. Like you don't. This is the guy that, like, in many people's eyes, dethroned John Jones. Yeah,
Yeah,
this guy beat John Jones. He should have became the champ. He should have won that. In some people's eyes, he didn't. In some people's eyes, he did. But the thing is, the fact that he comes close and that fight is talked about as like a robbery, it definitely shows, like, man, this
100%.
guy did something that other people like couldn't do. He fucking nearly edged it out against John Jones. And so you coming into this fight, I was like, you know what, Dominic, let's go, man. Let's go. Let's win that title. Let's avenge that loss against John Jones and then call him out afterwards for that rematch. And then unfortunately he gets fucking starched like that, and it made me very sad, I'm not gonna lie, man.
Yeah, no, 100%. It was actually really, it wasn't upsetting. I wouldn't say the word. I wasn't that invested in Dominic Reyes yet, but I was invested in the prospect of where it could have gone, like with the John Jones
Mm,
rematch. And then if John Jones had the rematch, that also would have given space and opportunity for a John Jones versus Israel Adesanya. If John Jones was to get past
mm.
Dominic twice, um, because it's a very interesting situation, really. That now Israel
And
has has the chance where, in my opinion, he has cleared the middleweight division.
mm,
If you think about it, Robert Whitaker, I think Darren Till is the only person in the division who I would be like, yeah, I want to see that fight, because there's no one else for me, because Robert Whitaker, he completely destroyed. He just went through him like he wasn't even there. Paulo
yeah.
Costa, he treated Paulo Costa as if he was fighting as if he was fighting Joseph Benavidez. You know, like that's how I saw that fight, to be honest. And that's no disrespect to Benavidez, but Benavidez, if he was in there fighting a guy 50, 60 pounds heavier than him,
Mm,
that's kind of how I saw that fight. He just treated him like he wasn't even there. It didn't even matter. Um, Jared Cannonier, you know, I think he'll be up there. He'll be contesting for the title someday. He's number
this
three.
guy needs to
He's number
get his
three
loss
right
back
now.
against Robert.
But he has to fight Robert Whitaker again, get that fight back, because it doesn't make any sense to me that Jared Cannonier can't be in the contention for it. Cannonier versus Paulo Costa would be a lovely fight to see. If Paulo
Mm.
if Paulo loses to Whitaker, then Paulo versus Cannonier, in my opinion. But I think if Till, he's meant to fight Marvin Verratti, isn't he? Or am I making that up? Is he meant to be fighting him? Um,
Who?
Darren Till's fighting the Italian guy Marvin Verratti, I
Yeah,
believe.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Um,
He's fighting him. Yeah,
and I
Marvin
think the
Vittori. Darren Till is
Vittori,
one spot above him, number 4.
I think the winner of that fight, um, the winner. There's only one real way to talk about that fight. The winner of that fight is going to be kind of a situation where it's like, well, who do we go? Where do we go? You know, do we fight like if Darren Till wins, who does he fight? Cannonier? You know, like does it really make sense to fight Cannonier? Because like what does that prove of Darren Till if he beats Jared Cannonier? It means he proved that he beat a good guy, you know. But I think if Darren Till beats um Vittori, then depending on the winner of Costa Whitaker, then that's the fight to make. I think that's kind of where the middleweights are pushing at the moment, anyway. Um,
I think
yeah,
what a nice thing to do. It all depends on Israel because if he wins the championship at light heavyweight, he's definitely gonna want to like defend it once there,
he'll
and I
defend that
reckon that
both.
gives
Yeah,
time. So look, yeah, Darren Till and Marvin Vittori, that's 4-5, busy. Robert Whitaker and Paulo Costa, that's 1-2, busy. Yeah,
yeah,
I reckon you get those two to fight, then the winners of those fight each other, and then the winner of that fights for the championship. Whether Israel drops it because he's focusing on light heavyweight, or whether uh, the winner of the last fight fights Israel for the championship, I don't care. But like, kind of do it tournament style as well. And
yeah,
also
hundred
because you
percent.
got Jared Cannonier. Wait 1 second, please. My bad. So because Jared Cannonier, as well as Jack Hermanson, they're both coming off losses. I reckon
Uh,
it's a nice fight to
yeah,
reestablish each other. That's a brilliant fight to put up.
that's the fight to make for them, definitely. Or you could give Jared,
Definitely, man.
you could literally even do something like Kelvin Gastelum is fighting this weekend actually, which is something we'll get on to in a minute. But
Yeah.
Gastelum gets a result. Then he fights Cannonier and another man in those rankings, number 10, Kevin Holland, Cannonier. Like it's a good fight to make. Um, there's a lot of good fights to make. Uh, the middleweight division for me is kind of is is it's not bland, but there's not a lot there because Israel has kind of the top two guys and Darren Till. He's kind of just it's not Darren Till. It's like everyone in the division almost. He's just kind of gone through them. I think the only fight that would be cool to see would be if Darren Till can beat Marvin Vittori and if Darren Till can then beat Whitaker or Costa. Because
Mm.
I don't think anybody wants to see Whitaker Adesanya again. Or
Oh no,
or
definitely not.
Adesanya Costa. Unless Whitaker goes on
No.
like if Whitaker beats Costa, then Whitaker beats Till, and then Whitaker fights Hermanson, who's just beat Cannonier, and he's on a 3-3 and he's like 5 in his last 5, then it makes sense. Do that fight. Adesanya, like this guy is coming off, he's showed improvement. Do it, and then Adesanya will probably, knowing Izzy, he's like, cool, let's go. That's just how I see that
Sh-
going.
Sean, I think you were forgetting about the GOAT in the middleweight division currently. I think
Chris
the
Weidman.
man who no 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 no. Listen, he's trying to get back into that title run. He was on a 3-fight skid, one against Kevin Gastelum, and then went two again. And now he's won. Although, nice little win. I think this might be his last run for the title because he is getting old in the MMA world, He's 36, he's getting there. Uh, I think his current run right now is going to be his last one for the title.
Yeah. Who are you talking about there now?
What?
Is that Weidman it's saying about?
Yeah, Chris Weidman, yeah.
Uh, I actually thought you were describing someone else, to be honest. Uh,
Who do you think I was describing, huh?
Uriah Hall, I think is a dark
You're right.
horse. And Uriah Hall's coming off a
Mm.
good win. He didn't just dethrone, like, Adesanya beat up, he beat, Anderson Silva convincingly, but Uriah Hall kind of went in there and he didn't just beat the guy up, like, he kind of left him it was just a bit scary to watch how like someone could do that to it was actually quite worrying. And I think Uriah Hall will fight Brunson, or I'm actually not sure if he's might be
Sean,
scheduled to fight someone, but He'll fight someone,
Sean.
you know.
Ooh, Sean. Here's something to throw at you, yeah? April 24th, Uriah Hall versus Chris Weidman. It's official.
Really?
At UFC 261, Uriah Hall versus Chris Weidman. Oh,
That's
that's
a
a
bit.
bit nasty, you know. That's nasty.
I think that fight. Okay, that's a very interesting one to do. To be honest, for the middleweights, um,
That is definitely nice.
it's a nice fight. You know, both of them currently winning. You know, Weidman won his last fight anyway.
Yeah,
But I think,
this fight,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
it's very interesting to. It's a weird one because it's kind of like a few years ago. This fight would have been really interesting, you know. But you know, I don't think Chris Weidman really. I don't know. Chris Weidman, is he gonna? I just don't think so.
This fight is for Chris Weidman to put his name on the map, and if he
Yeah,
wins this, he'll definitely fight someone like maybe six or higher. I
no,
think.
I wouldn't say so. I'd say he'll fight someone that like that's someone that matters. Maybe like Chris,
Mm.
Chris, Chris Weidman versus Quiz. My mouth didn't work there. Chris Weidman, shut oh man, stop. Chris Weidman versus Kevin Holland, maybe if he wins that, or he can fight Derek Brunson. You know, I just think he needs to win at least two or three times to even fight someone. Even to fight one or two, he has to fight two or three times. You know, and he's to win.
Mm.
If he doesn't, he just should retire. I
100%.
don't know why he hasn't retired. To be honest, you know, he's got what he needs. Um,
Uriah Hall is on his Khabib shit, fighting once a year. His last loss was in 2018 to Paulo Costa. Same
who?
year,
Sorry, who?
he wins. Paulo Costa, man.
No, but who do you fight?
Oh, Uriah Hall. Uriah Hall lost by TKO to Paulo Costa. Later in the year, he fucking starches some guy, and then another guy, and then Anderson Silva.
Yeah.
And those are 2019, 2020, and now he's fighting 2021. That's a nice fight. I'm not gonna lie. That's a very nice fight.
You know, we're talking about these kind of the boys at the top. So Izzy at the top representing the boys. He's got no. He's represent Israel Adesanya is representing Nigeria. He's representing New Zealand. You know, but another man on Nigeria is that's Kamaru Usman. Now I kind of want to start talking about UFC 258, I believe. Um,
Excuse me.
Gilbert Burns versus Usman. What are we talking about with that? What do you, where do you think this fight goes, and how do you think it finishes, if it finishes at all?
Man, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I think Kamaru Usman.
Marty Fake
I want
Newsman,
him to
yeah,
win. I want Marty Fake Newsman Snoozman, bro. Yeah, Newsman Snoozman. I want him to win this fight, and then I want him to have a rematch with Kobe Covington. I think that's a nice little thing. Actually, one thing that I saw, yeah, before we talk about this, yeah, one thing that is very interesting. So you know the way people in the Ultimate Fighter, yeah, the two coaches end up fighting each other at the end, yeah.
yeah.
Well, Dana White, I saw a little announcement. He said that the two coaches are gonna be two like high welterweight fighters, and people are speculating that it's gonna be Jorge and Kobe Covington. What do you think of that?
You know, I, I like it a lot, but at
Mm,
the same time, um, all in all, I agree with it. Yeah. You know what? Yeah, I agree with it. It makes sense. Um,
it's very nice.
because if you think about it, both of them are kind of like, well, obviously, our good friend Colby Covington. Colby Covington, like, this guy just he just ate that loss, you know? I was actually really impressed with
Mm,
that. He ate that loss and he moved on. He didn't dwell the fact that he just took it now. He took the loss and moved on. And,
facts.
sorry, I really admire that because like a lot of fighters, they go into their next fight after losing and they crumble a bit. Like they're not the same person, or they're a bit more. they're standoffish. Covington went in there and he just was like, obviously I fought Marty fake newsman, Usman, but there ain't a chance that that's
Mm.
gonna let him, it's not gonna let him fall down. And that's something I really admired about the way he took that loss. Obviously, to be honest, I don't like him that much. And that's because he's very annoying. He's very loud, but
That's because he puts on a persona. He knew that he was gonna get cut when he fought in Brazil, so he fucking started shit talking everyone there, and that's what kind of got him hype. Like he isn't actually the fucking Trump loving woman slayer that he puts himself up to be, but he is. Wait one sec. Oh my days. But he puts up. He's a very high level athlete. You could tell. I think he did a very good job, even though for being a very uh, mouthy person, trash talking is his game. Kobe is his name. I think he handled this very well. And I think Kamaru Usman versus Kobe Covington is a very nice fight to make. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, like even though the way it went the first time, like for me, like though I could just see it going again. Like it wouldn't go the same way. I think maybe Usman still wins it, but I think it would be a
Mm,
different fight. Um, see, my problem with the welterweight division is I like Kamaru Usman as a person, as a champion, as a fighter. I can't like people will be like, oh, he's a casual. He doesn't get it. He doesn't put on exciting fights. Like, I'm not like, oh, I love watching Kamaru Usman because he's not as exciting. He's not as exciting as other people. That's just how it is. Like
that's true. Not
pe-
listen. That's true, man.
people
That's
will call
true.
Gilbert Burns boring, but at the same time, like when he fought Damian Maya, like if you watch that fight back, when he hit him and dropped him, this guy put his hands in the air and was like, "Yeah, GG, it's over." Ref didn't step in, and he literally he made passing guard look so easy and so cool. Like he just passed guard 2 seconds, three, four ground and pound, and it was over. Like he finished
Yeah.
Damian Maya like comfortably with ease. Kamaru Usman kind of see the same, and the way he treated Tyrone Woodley as well, a bit like I think I think they level, they're level on their
Mm.
Tyrone Woodley performances. Gilbert Burns and Kamaru Usman they both put it on the ex champion, but I'm making a bold prediction. I think Gilbert Burns walks away champion this weekend.
Ooh. Okay. Okay.
Um, I,
Okay. I see you.
I think he walks away with it because there's something that Kamara clearly has is he's got muscle, he's got strength, and he's got power. But that power
Yeah.
Gilbert Burns possesses, have you seen what he is? He is what Jeremy Stevens says. When he hits people, they're just down.
Yeah.
Like he just drops people consistently. Like Kamaru Usman, even though he's that big, I see him more as a volume kind of guy.
Mm.
He's got good,
For sure, man.
you know, I saw Dominic Cruz go through saw a little video they put out. I saw him going through his striking style. Um, it's I think it's either on ESPN MMA or the UFC Instagram pages if anybody wants to check it out. But um, Usman kind of switches. He's a sort of a switch stance. He kind of sets up that he's showing you that he's gonna throw that overhand left or something like that, and then he'll fade in and then he'll switch stance and throw that heavy right, which I found really interesting to be honest. It's something I saw, but I never really took notice of it until it got brought up. So I was very
Mm.
interested to see that. But I think Gilbert Burns and Kamaru Usman, it's as if like for me, it's like you know something back in school there was always like number one and number two, the guys like the fastest guys in the year that always run.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what they are like because I can't remember. I don't know the name of their gym, but they were clearly the top two guys there. Like Gilbert Burns
Yeah.
is a fantastic fighter, fantastic ground game. He's got the jiu-jitsu. He's got the power. And I think overall, I don't see this fight going to the ground that much. Unless,
I think that's what Usman wants, though.
unless Usman knows something that we don't. Like if Usman knows that
Mm,
Gilbert Burns is better than him standing up, then he'll take it to the ground. But that's just me. That's just
true,
me. I
true.
think that Kamaru Usman's wrestling is so good that if he wants to wrestle and grapple,
He will.
he will. Yeah, he 100% will.
He will.
If he feels like Gilbert will get it over him on the feet, then he'll bring him down. There'll be no question about it.
Yeah.
Um, I
Facts.
think that Usman will definitely dictate this fight, but I think that if he shows any hesitation that Gilbert Burns is gonna knock this guy, I think he could knock him out. I
Man,
wouldn't
this
I wouldn't dare predict a knockout win to Gilbert Burns, but just something that I could
this
see it happening.
this division is looking kind. Gilbert Burns, Kamaru Usman, the top two guys.
Yeah,
Once top two guys in their gym, now top two guys in the division fighting. Kobe has options whether he wants to wait for Usman or he could fight Jorge. He could coach with Jorge
I don't
and
think
then fight
so.
him.
I don't think
But listen,
I'm sorry, I don't want to interrupt you, but I don't think Kobe Covington can just skip the queue.
yeah, I think Jorge Masvidal at tough not only brings a lot of viewers in, but then gets him a nice little fight because it puts two people that are going off losses against Kamaru Usman. I think they both fight for it, and then they fight Usman again or the champ if Gilbert wins. I don't want to write him off. So, but listen, that's number 1, 2, and 4 taken care of. Sean, what the fuck is happening with this number 3 guy, Leon Edwards?
I want to talk to you a little bit about that. Like we're actually just coming up to 50 minutes or almost at our hour mark. But to finish on this Leon Edwards guy, I was very surprised he took the Khamzat Chimaev fight, and I actually admire that because everyone was
Yeah,
saying he was taking nobody. But
but the thing is,
there's
let's be
something,
real. He was kind of getting forced.
yeah, there's two things I want to bring up. I'm not sure if you've seen them. Uh, Leon Edwards was called out by Stephen Wonderboy Thompson again,
Yeah.
again, just recently on Twitter, and then also as well as that, Leon Edwards called out Nate Diaz.
Oh,
I'll get the tweet up right now. I'll read it out for you. Uh, so let me just get this up. I'm gotta get it up on my phone right now.
go for him, man.
Rocky said, Rocky Edwards said, Nate just dribbled for an hour about wanting to fight at 170 against winners. Let's see it then. 8-fight win streak and number 3 in the world. Let's go if you still think you're a real one. And
I think
Nate cannot disagree. He's Leon Edwards 8 in a row. Number 3. It makes sense. It's a 170 pounder. What he wanted. I think do it. If Nate Diaz is true about what he talks about, then do it.
mm,
But Nate
I
Diaz
think
makes no sense.
I think it's a great little thing. I think, man, Leon Edwards. To be honest, I think we push Nate aside for a second because first of all, if Kobe and Jorge don't end up fighting, I want to see that rematch against Jorge and Nate again. Secondly, I want to see Leon Edwards versus Stephen Thompson, man. I want to see that fight. It takes care of 3 and 5. 4 is taken care of, 1 is taken care of, 2 is taken care of, champ is taken care of. Everyone is taken care of in the top 5 if it goes the way that we're talking about it. I want to see Leon versus Stephen Thompson, man. I want to see it.
I actually really like the fight as well, but see, I just think that if Wonderboy wins that fight, that he wouldn't fight Chimaev. But if Edwards wins, he'll still fight Chimaev if he wants to.
Yeah.
That's what I see happening. But um, yeah, talking about Chimaev though, he's still
Oh, this guy,
no,
man.
but
This guy.
he's he still has COVID effects lingering, and like he's been positive. Like
it's a it's a mad case.
it's upset.
It's like
It's unfortunate. It's
I saw people saying this is the new Tony and Khabib, man.
this
This Edwards and like Hamza Chimaev fight ain't never happening, man.
It would be a banger. It would be an absolute
Oh, it
banger.
would.
But
It would.
like Wonder Boy deserves a fight like Edwards, 100%. Who's number four in the welterweight?
Number four, yeah.
Yeah, who's number?
Jorge Masvidal, man.
Jorge's number four, really?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough then. Um,
You know, let's talk about this Hamzat Chimaev kid, yeah? I think if, okay, listen, this is, again, going the way that we scheduled everything. I think if it goes, Leon Edwards is busy doing his own little thing against Stephen Thompson. Hamzat Chimaev, yeah? I think there's two nice names that could, or three even, that could introduce him, or even four if you really go for it, that could introduce him into the top. So there's two right next to him, and there's two on the inside the 10, the 1 to 10, yeah? He is number 15 currently, yeah? Robbie Lawler, what do you think of that fight? Hamza versus Robbie Lawler.
you know, I think Robbie Lawler's coming off of losses. Um,
Yeah,
I think
he is
the fight would
one of the legends that's fighting too long, I guess.
he is, but I think that if you want to give him a big name, give him Robbie Lawler
Mm.
because if Robbie Lawler wants that fight, he could take it because I think Khamzat Chimaev's the kind of guy to go in there against Robbie Lawler and stand with him for a little bit, and then if he's a bit unhappy about how long it's lasting, that he'll take him down, of course. But I think
Yeah,
Khamzat could fight Vincente Luque. Um, hold on, let me just. I believe he was meant.
because one,
Vincente Luque was meant to fight, or he did fight. I think he was meant to fight, or he is meant to fight Tyrone Woodley. I don't.
because I got a
I,
nice little matchup right
I
here,
feel
man.
like
I
he
got a
is. I
nice
don't
little
know why.
matchup right here.
Vincente Luque though is on
I got
a
a.
he's on a 2 fight win. He fought Nico Price. Um, the man who tested positive for cannabis. Absolutely terrible to see him doing that.
The goat, man. The goat.
Disgusting junkie. Disgusting, you know. But um, not like Damian Maya. You know, I don't know why they haven't done that fight. I think they give him Damian Maya, or I think Chiesa is a good fight to do, to be honest, because
I think
Chiesa was shouting and calling for Colby Covington.
he ain't getting it so far, man.
No,
Chill. Relax yourself. Relax
definitely,
yourself, cuz.
definitely not. But Chiesa is someone who's making noise. He's winning fights, and he's doing it by grappling as well. Give
Man,
Chiesa versus
I think an
Khamzat Chimaev. I think it'd be a good
I
fight.
think a nice little thing. I think a nice little thing. This weekend, yeah, February 14th, number 13, Bilal Muhammad is fighting against the brother of Douglas Lima,
Yeah,
Diego Lima.
yeah.
I think that fight, whoever wins there, if it's a good performance, yeah, a nice little finish or a nice little scrap, I think it's a nice little fight to put Hamza in if the top names don't want to fight Hamza,
To
you
be
know?
honest though, I completely like. I think that I do completely agree with you because I think Kamzat won't be back to the summer at this point.
Yeah,
I think he needs time to recover because he's got some lasting stuff with COVID. I think he needs a bit of time to recover on that. And I think that's like instead of throwing him right back in with a top guy, even though I know that's what
yeah,
like because if you think about it, when like even though he didn't fight top guys per se, he fought 3 times in the UFC and then he wanted Leon Edwards. Like he was fresh, he was ready to go. So I just don't think now it would be the best time to put that fight on. I think that fight you're talking about there, Belal, and
Muhammad versus
yeah,
Diego Lima.
yeah. I think if Lima gets in the rankings from that, then yeah, do it. But if Lima's not in the rankings, then there's no point if Lima wins. You gotta fight
I
someone in the rankings for me.
I think Lima might go if I think it depends on how the finish is because I think Bilal might drop down and then Lima might go up. So like Bilal drop out the rankings completely, Robbie goes 13, Hamza goes 14, and then you put in Diego Lima 15. And then we see that Lima versus Hamza fight. Or if Bilal wins a nice little, because Diego Lima is a nice little name. You know, the brother of Douglas Lima, the current Bellator welterweight champ. Very nice name. So I think it's a nice fight to get Hamzat started straight off his little COVID situation.
Yeah, he does.
Uh,
He needs. You're
and
right though. Like I think we're kind of agreed on that. Like he needs kind of a fight before he comes back. I think not like a. It's
yeah,
not like a fight to be like. Definitely not by any means a gimme fight, But because I don't do.
oh, of course not.
But like a fight that's like not Leon Edwards because you're throwing him in there with a shark at that point,
Well,
you
we'll
know,
see. We'll see
which
on
is
the
something,
weekend,
which is
man.
what he wants. The wolf wants to swim with the sharks.
Yeah.
Um, but it's interesting
We'll,
situation.
we'll see on the weekend, man. UFC 258.
Um,
Belal Muhammad versus Diego
yeah,
Lima.
I'm not
We
sure.
got Kamaru Usman versus Gilbert.
Yeah,
Nice little card.
if anybody has, we're gonna wrap up now. If anybody has made it this far, uh, this has been the first recording, and
Yeah.
just to let you guys know, we might be doing a stream at 3 in the morning for the main card. I think is what we'll get up for, um,
Yeah.
because the main card mainly because I've got to see the missus on I got to see the
Mm.
missus and I look forward to seeing her. It's gonna be Valentine's Day, so it's a very important day. Um, I'll be seeing Hannah then. Um, and yeah, so that's kind of when I wrap up. Any last words, Mila?
I am happy with everything that I have said over this past hour. I think we left a lot. We included a lot of stuff, but we also have some stuff for future episodes. I think because we're gonna make this a weekly thing, guys. We're gonna. The goal is to record at least one episode a week, and I think next week we're definitely gonna have something to talk about. The winners of 258, and then after that we'll just see, man. We'll just see.
We'll just see what we're doing. This is kind of more. This is like kind of become a little. It's like a little hobby of ours now. It's just a bit of
Yeah,
fun
yeah,
because
yeah.
we always talk about the fights. It's just a bit. But yeah, so we will move on. And yeah, so
Yes,
thank you
sir.
very much for watching. If you do enjoy this kind of content, make sure you leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think. If there's any way you'd like us to, well, if you enjoy this, just let us know. Really, that's the main thing. And
Facts.
that's the main thing. I'm not going to be kind of sitting here like a YouTuber. Like and subscribe down below. Uh,
Subscribe, guys. 5 likes is
notifi-
the challenge. If we don't hit 5 likes, we're discontinuing this podcast. I don't care. I'm not doing it.
make
I'm not doing
make sure you
it.
turn on notifications. No, that's not what we're all about. It's you guys just if you enjoy the content down below, let us know. And literally, if you're not like if we say something here today that you disagree with, come at us in the comments down below, and
Exactly.
we'll talk.
We'll take it.
We'll we'll get a flight to wherever you live, and we will do it UFC now. We will.
We'll do it. We'll do UFC style, man.
Well,
We
no,
don't care.
we just talk. It'd be interesting to have a little community here where we can talk about the UFC and Bellator and just MMA in general. We're actually into boxing. We're
Facts.
into boxing as well.
Oh, I think we have to talk about boxing in the next one. Oh,
Boxing could be
okay.
somewhere we talk about in the next one. But
Oh, listen, man. There's so many opportunities to talk about.
okay, we're
Listen.
going on it. We're going on again.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
brains are
yeah,
going.
yeah.
But we'll stop it here. Thank you
I,
anyone who made this far into the recording. Thank you very
we
much.
appreciate it. We
If you
appreciate it.
leave a comment down below what your opinions and thoughts on what we said, and yeah, we'll definitely respond to anyone who leaves anything down below. And yeah, hope you enjoy.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah,
We'll see you in the next one.
cheers, lads.
Cheers.